So another Andy B 2-minute video, and this one is all about medication. Now, in November of 2021, I had an issue with my heart, and because I weren't quite sure whether this was something that was long-term or just a one-off incident, I went on a raft of medicines, which I actually needed none of them in the end. Anyway, we didn't know that at the time. I've recently come off them. It's a period of about 18 to 20 months on this medicine, and I was told that this particular medicine, a beta blocker, it's in your system for no more than about 24 hours because you take the next one and you can't overdose or go too little. So make sure you take your dose every 24 hours because it will fade away and you need it in your system. Now, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist. Here's what I know. When I went on the medication, it took me about 6 weeks or so to adjust to going on the medication. There were many side effects. When I switched from the normal starting dose, 5 milligrams, down to 2.5 milligrams, I had about 6 weeks or so of side effects, and it was horrendous. I came off the medication and I had about 6 weeks of side effects. Now, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a scientist, but that tells me that medication probably is in my heart, in my body for a lot longer than 24 hours. Or my body's just acting weird, or I really don't understand any of this. Or maybe all of the above. Here's the reality for me, what is true. It's taken me about 6 weeks to come off the meds. No major side effects. But yes, this morning I actually woke up and I felt for the first time I was free of the medication that I stopped 6 weeks ago. Because every day I get up in the morning, I get my mobile phone on and I stick it in next to my hand about 9 o'clock. So at 9:30 when the alarm went to take my medication, I wouldn't forget. And at 9:30 at night, for most of those 18 months, I was on a different medication, so that would remind me to take that one. Today I didn't turn my phone on, I came downstairs, didn't have my phone, didn't panic for the first time because there's no alarm. Now that alarm has been switched off for about 6 weeks. So whether the drug's side effects, I don't know, you can argue the toss with all that stuff, but 6 weeks on, I finally feel free of the medication. In our lives as Christians, are there things in your life that are clinging on? Sometimes we've just got to ride the storm. When I came off the medication, I was awaiting 6 weeks of awful side effects. Mercifully, though, very mild. 6 weeks on for the first time, I feel clear of those medications. It can take a while to flush things out. And it's the same as our Christian faith. When we become more like Jesus, when we take a step towards God, sometimes it takes a little bit of time for the rest of us to catch up because of the decision we've made to move in a particular direction. Coming off the meds took 6 weeks. Making a decision to stop doing something we shouldn't be doing, maybe that takes 6 weeks. Just a thought.